Hello fellow engineers and welcome to InfraSpace. Fans of my channel will know I absolutely love this game. I've spent nearly a very nice number of hours playing it, building some absolute beautiful monstrosities in this game, pushing highway spaghetti layouts to their extreme, as well as engineering some actual efficient city layouts too. But today is a big day. The game is finally leaving early access and now is available as the 1.0 version, and the devs have very kindly sponsored this video, so please support them by boosting the link in my description to check it out yourself. Honestly, this game is an absolute bargain, especially with all the new updates. So let's get into a new game. And rather than a randomly generated map, let's have a look at the desert valley. So here we are on our planet. Now, basically, as a human race, we've been like exploring new planets and stuff, colonizing. But unfortunately, architects were involved in the design of the ship. So there were some malfunctions. And basically, we were in a spaceship miles above this exoplanet. And we're coming down to this planet to take some of its resources so that we can repair our ship and carry on our journey, or perhaps just live here if it's good enough. So our main aim is up here, this spaceship. We can click on this. Look, you can see it's in a bad state. We got to fix all of these things, the bridge being the most important, obviously. And we do that by building our city down here so that we can mine these natural resources like iron and sulfur and stuff, and slowly build our city. More people can come move down here and help to get more resources back up to the ship. I mean, if you're wondering how big the map is these days, check this out. We will start zooming out and it just keeps on going. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And yeah, we now have huge craters as well as huge mountains over here. Look at this. I am excited to build some monstrosities on these. So we start off with concrete and steel. We got 750 that, 500 that. We need to build some more. Now, down here in industry, you can see to make a concrete factory, we just got to combine 1 sulfur and 1 sand, and we get 5 concrete out of that. Now, in order to get those resources, we can build these small mines, which actually, oh wow, colossal adamantite drill. I want to unlock that already. Why do I have to start from the beginning? Oh, look, crude oil. Sorry, there's a lot of new stuff since I played this. But yeah, we want to start with these two, the sulfur mine and the sand mine. So first off, we need to find some sulfur. I mean, there's lots of sulfur, these yellow rocks that are literally dotted about everywhere. So where do we actually want to start our city? Let's grab a road. So we'll grab a cheap road. See, these cost 1 gravel each. Now I'm going to build a curved road as well. And basically, then we can put sulfur mines on this side of the road. That will get us the sulfur. And then the sand mines can go on the opposite side of the road. And that is the ingredients for concrete. However, as you can see, we're lacking in power. So down here in this power tab, we can start with a good old wind turbine. So let's shove one of these like up there. And then we can use power poles just to connect from here. And basically, like the power poles, can you see they got like an area? So as long as everything is in range, we can shove these like that. And then our mines are mining. Anyway, if I plan for future expansion, I'll probably keep my mines going all the way sort of around here. Then I want to do a junction off to like where people live and then where stuff is built. So probably worth doing an arm like that for the concrete. And then we should see, yes, trucks full of those resources are leaving the mines and heading towards our concrete plant. However, it's got no power. So it will quickly go from this power pole over to here. And then like a good human, we're polluting another environment. So you can see we're now turning 1 sulfur, 1 sand into 5 concrete. We're working at 100% efficiency. We're using 2 megawatts of power. With everything combined, we're using just 6 megawatts. So we got plenty of room to expand. However, we don't have an infinite population. Look, we've only got 20 people. So what we've got to do, we need to house some new people. That's why I've built this long road, because down here, I'm building a brand new civilization. And basically, these all start as a basic habitat. Tier 1. They hold up to 10 people. So I've just increased my housing up to 100. But these have basic needs. So they require electricity. So we'll grab some power poles and we'll take the power from up here to these guys now have power. But look, they now require oxygen because obviously people can't breathe without oxygen. Now in this tab down here, gas and liquids, we have the power to build an atmosphere processor which turns nothing into O2 and carbon. So we'll build a few of those, and then we should see the oxygen tankers. They are coming out. They are coming to people's homes and filling them up with oxygen so that we have habitats that people can actually live in. Because if we look in the top right, look, we have 24 jobs available. We've only got 20 population, and whilst we can house 100 people, there's no one here. So we need to attract them using this, a spaceport. Now, this is why I focused on concrete straight away. This takes 150 concrete, but this will allow people to get to our city. So we now have a spaceport, which we can attract people with by using very, very British advertising. And basically what that does is attracts people from our spaceship, which means people will now leave the spaceport and they will head in the utmost of style to the city in the bright pink G-Wagon, 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 G-Wagon. If you've ever watched Poly Bridge 3, you'll know this is the origin story of the G-Wagon, G-Wagon, G-Wagon. And then they'll make the long drive to our habitats where people can move in. So, for example, in this basic habitat, we have one person. This can hold up to 10 people. Now, if we want to upgrade it to make it hold more people, we need to work on these two things. We got to give it water and survival food, as well as making sure our oxygen is still met. So we can build some of these water to air filters to get water, but then we don't have enough power, so we can build some more wind turbines. It's worth noting you can't overlap, well, you can overlap them, but look at the efficiency, it goes down. And then our basic habitats have oxygen and water, but look, they need survival foods in order to level up. And you'll notice in the food tab, we cannot make that with our simple farms. The simple farms are not unlocked. That is because in this ginormous tech tree, we haven't unlocked farming yet. Now, you can see this little symbol there. We need blue science in order to do that. So I've made a little sciencey area up here. We have the blue science pack factory. Now this turns 2 crude oil and 1 carbon into the blue science that we need. You can see the carbon is being delivered via the trucks, but we need to get crude oil. Now I have just located over here. Look, this is crude oil. So that is where we need to use one of these, a crude oil extractor. So I've got one of them in the go. The trouble is we now don't have enough power again. And annoyingly, we don't have enough concrete to build another wind turbine. We need 50. So probably worth, we have a look at my concrete factory. You can see it's got loads of storage of the resources, but it's not storing any concrete. So basically we're mining too much material for the amount of concrete we're making. So let's just double or maybe triple the amount of concrete we can make. I'm trying not to blight the scenery this time. I'm trying to reduce my ecological footprint, because something they have added since I've sort of played this is this entire terraforming stuff, because you can literally turn this entire planet green and full of water. You can even give it a magnetic field. So I'm very excited to get to that point. But yeah, right. We're now making research points. They're made here, then they're shipped in the little blue cars over to here, the research lab. And then research complete. We've unlocked farming and can now build a simple farm. Hooray! I'll then build a few of my new simple farms, expand my mining operation a bit. Ooh, and then I've unlocked the steel mill, as well as, look over here, we've upgraded all of our habitats to tier 2. This means they can each hold 12 people now, and if we can keep those needs satisfied and get some home appliances in, we'll be able to upgrade these even further. Now, every building I build requires more jobs, and since I want to build steel mills and stuff, I think I'm going to have to add a few more habitats. If I want to speed up research, I can just build... Yeah, we've now doubled our research speed. It's worth noting though, look, there's like green research, and later on there's yellow and even red research. They'll all require different resources, so we've got to be aware of that. For now though, let's just get to work on our steel mill. So in order to make steel, we need iron ore, carbon, and water. So we're making the water and carbon here. So we need to go find some iron ore. So let's have a little float about. I mean, look, back this way, iron ore. And then I know that we're going to need copper ore soon as well. So that's all available up this way. But yeah, for now, let's just get some roads down so we can mine all this. We need some iron mines. So let's shove those down there. And since I need water and carbon, I may just build these like down here anyway, so that I'm not like sharing resources. So a couple of those, and these should all make a load of steel in here. So you can see all the vehicles leaving. That is cool. I want to make sure though, the water and carbon and oxygen stuff, they don't leave here. So what you can do, you can create districts. So if I paint up this district. Can then say carbon and O2 and water just export to yourself so that any produced here, if I connect with roads, they won't end up over at the rest of my colony. Likewise, I can paint this up as a district and then do the same so that all the resources produced here won't end up over this way. Because at the moment, I haven't unlocked one-way roads. Well, actually, whoa. That's a lot of steel leaving. I think let's just put material storage opposite so that when steel is made, it goes straight into here. And you can share all these storages around. So you can see we've got concrete, we've got steel in there. We don't have any adamantite though. But like I've got some of these over by the concrete ones and they just allow you to like share. So nice. Next up, we've got the low-tech industry. This is how we get to those home appliances. They need electronics and, oh, what are they? Red bricks? Oh no, plastics. So we can turn crude oil into plastic. Okay, man, the devs have added so much since I played this. Anyway, let's work with the electronics. So I know electronics from the past. We need iron, we need copper. So we got the iron mines, we got the copper mines over here. I've combined them onto a road into the middle. And this is where we're going to make those electronics. So now we just need to make plastics. So I need crude oil. I could use the crude oil over there. We'll just build a road from here up over the mountains and connect onto this road. And lovely, more pollution. But then down here we can make our home appliances. And these will take delivery of the electronics, of the plastics to make those so we can level up our habitats. Wait, why? Oh, you're transporting plastic. What? Oh yeah, to get to that side of the road, they have to go past it. They can't just turn it. Okay, I'll tell you what. Just to save people doing that loop, I'm going to add a roundabout on here. But in fact, I've improved upon the design. We now have a triangle about. So it means anyone that refuses to turn it. I don't know why they're not turning in there. They do usually. But yeah, they now go around the triangle about. Decent. Anyway, over this way, we don't have enough oil. So we'll do the very human thing of let's just pump all of our natural resources. Whilst this is all progressing very, very nicely, I sort of want to see like what the terraforming looks like, what the other stuff looks like. So yes, please, game, which means we have unlocked everything. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right. Colossal adamantite drill. I don't even know what it does, but I want it. I don't know. All I do know is every citizen need is... Every citizen need is satisfied, which means these will just max out. They'll just keep upgrading until they get huge. And what I might do whilst these habitats upgrade... Oh my god, they're so big. They are so big. I love that like each one looks different as well. Like it makes the cities a lot more interesting. Yeah, luxury residential high-rises. They hold 52 people each. Which means people are arriving in the G-Wagon, 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 G-Wagon. Oh, and I tell you what, I feel like I should give these people like a scenic tour of the city. Particularly because we've now unlocked all the roads. We have super highways. So 1 second, please. All right, so it's been a little while. The dev isn't going to like this. But let's just press play and watch all of our new habitats upgrade. Look, they've upgraded into the Crystal Maze. Great TV show, by the way. I hope they bring it back. Anyway, they're now upgrading into the next one, the tier 4, I think. I mean, to be fair, frame rate is still pretty good considering the carnage that's going on, because you haven't even seen the rest of this map yet. I've spent some time upgrading and building everything, but we still have a bit of work to do, because that's the cool thing about the sort of creative mode in this. It just allows you to like keep your population upgraded like this. You still need to actually get all the resources going, and they're building this thing faster than they do in the Middle East. Anyway, my screen is pretty much all skyscraper now. Love it. Yeah, so if we just move the camera up, you can see exactly what we've made. Oh, wow. I mean, it's a literal ghost. It really is like the Middle East. Huge sprawling skyscrapers in the desert and no one living there. Anyway, I need to go show you what we're going to do with all this, because we've got housing for nearly 20,000 people, but currently only 800 people are living here. Now, what I've done, I've expanded our spaceport, so you can see we're going to go collect some new people, and I've had to like really make my advertising a bit more British, so that will attract people down. And as I said before, I've made a tour. So if we just connect from here over to there. Yes. You know what it is, people. It's the G-Wagon, 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 G-Wagon. You don't mind being in a traffic jam if you're behind a G-Wagon, 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 G-Wagon. So yeah, basically all the G-Wagons, they come out of the spaceports, come down to here, and then they join the mega super highway. Now, where does this go? It brings them sort of close to their final destination, the housing. But first, I feel like it's only right to send them on a tour. So they head up this way. So they fly up this road, and when they finally reach the top, they are in for a bit of a shock. Let's put it that way. Now, since these are super highways, the speed limit is so fast, I figured I may as well give them like a really nice view of this new mountain. Because obviously the dev added this nice mountain. I thought we need to enjoy it. And what better way than spending thousands and thousands of tons of concrete so they can end up in the middle with... with a lovely view. Like, it nearly blocks out the sun. So whilst we leave the game running, I really want to set up all of this stuff for terraforming. So I figured start left to right. So we need a filtering mesh factory to make 4 blue circly TIE fighter wing things. But in order to build these, we need 2 weights and 1 blue cube. So the weights are heat exchangers. So if I plop 2 of those down, that needs 2 bricks, 5 steels, 4 crude oils, and 2 cement mixers. So I think basically I'm just going to need to build like 1 of everything, sort of. So in industry, we have low tech, we have mid tech, and we have high tech. So if we start with the high tech, we've got all these buildings that all require different resources. Let's literally just build like 1 of each. Right, okay, so then we have 1 of every building. You can see a lot of these buildings, they actually require raw resources. So I'm going to go via each resource that I can. There's some shiny metally ones down here. Over here, there's like some greenish ones. We head up here, we got purples. So we can get some methane drills on there. Yes, okay, so there's the methane trucks on their way. So we'll just go around all these resources like the uranium over here, add the relevant mine. So we've got to the point where we are making some of these resources that we need. There's also stuff we're not getting, mainly because there's no workers in the building. So the question I have, where did those G-Wagons get to? It looks like they may have finished this part of the tour. Okay, well, let's carry on then. We come down this way. You can see on the right, I couldn't resist building that adamantite mine. Yeah, that needs a lot of resources, so it'll probably take a while. Anyway, we head up over this way, way past our city. Yeah, we then get to this nice little, look at this, like a Grand Canyon road. Imagine just driving over this in your hover G-Wagon. We've got the odd little bridge, but that is nothing compared to what we're about to see over the brow of this hill. Oh, and just a very quick one because I don't want any of you to miss out. Today is the absolute last day you can ever order a Santa Paddy plushie. If you're watching this more than 24 hours after it's released, it's already too late. But if you're not and you want to surprise someone before Bridgemas, because these will be shipped before it, do not worry. This is your very last chance. I will never be selling these ever again. Ever. Anyway, back to InfraSpace. So as we drive past all the uranium mining down there, we head over this direction where, look, we have the ultimate bridge of all bridges. And you know what that means? We need a bridge review. It's not just a bridge, but a whole load of bridges. Incorporating hairpin bends, we stitch this canyon back together with highway engineering. Ooh, and we've caught up with the G-Wagons. So basically the G-Wagons are making it along this canyon, which I've tried to stitch up. And look, because we have safety barriers, it allows them to go around the corner at full speed. Now, you could argue this is a bit architectural. There's no need to go from one side to the other, apart from to stop the canyon from growing. But remember, I need as much land as possible for things over that way. Hence, the stitching was required. So therefore, I give this bridge a G-Wagon-y 6.6 out of 10. Bridge review. But yeah, anyway, once the G-Wagons get past there, they then head over this way, where they head up another small ramp onto another canyon road. Now, over this side, if they look out to their right, they will see the heart of the city. These provide nuclear power, meaning we will never be short of power again. Look how shiny that ball is. The road then carries on, going around canyons, going over parts like this, where they get to see where they started, the spaceport. And you can see there's still people arriving. There's still a bit of a traffic jam down here. Finally, the road slows down because safety first. 20 is plenty. And then the G-Wagons, they head off to to whatever building they need to go be the resident for. So yeah, that is the tour of the city so far. Back at our resource production area, I can see there are like some resources we're not getting enough of. Like lots need this, the chemicals. Now, in order to make chemicals, we need a chemicals lab, which is this. We need to make sure that these are placed on these red things. Otherwise, they don't make any chemicals. So we'll just shove a load on here, and that should speed up the chemical process. So yeah, you can see trucks and trucks of chemicals are leaving. Yeah, motors are another one we need quite a few of. So we'll shove a few motor factories down here, which can hopefully make them a bit faster. These are going to need copper bars as well as crude oil. So we'll probably need some copper mills. That requires copper ore and chemicals. We're on top of both of those, I think. To get the crude oil over, I'm going to use the crude oil pipes. I've already got some to there. So if I just extend to these, you can sort of see they get like a little arm going into all the buildings. So that means they're now supplied with crude oil. Love it. And also, as before, I've added a square about as well. I should probably add one of those at either end, just so resources can loop around if they need to. All right, here we go. We're making some traffic now. We are making some traffic. That's what I like to see. Means resources are finally moving. And yeah, to be fair, like a lot of these don't have warnings anymore. The nanotubes are all good, which means these neural processors should be good soon. Up here, the motors are good. All of this stuff is good, which means we're now very close to getting our first filtering mesh factories. And then we can probably start building this other stuff as well. So the advanced factory, that can go there. A superconducting soil thing. Yep, that'll do. Dust particles. Oh, wow. Cleans in an area. Ooh, okay. Oh, we got fertilizer drone hub. That turns 8 fertilizer into something. Terraforming, does it? We've also got ground acidity, so let's shove that in. Got an ammonia extract. Oh my god, the size of that. And the magnetic field generator, which is a bit of a beast. This needs a lot of resources. It needs TIE fighter wings and calculators. Oh my goodness. Right, well, I'm just going to make sure we got all the resources to do the terraforming, and then we'll see what it looks like in a little bit. Right, so breaking news. As we zoom out, we now have trees. We have trees. Yeah, they seem to work in like a radius around my terraforming stuff. Like stuff tried to grow over here. It's a little bit brown bread though. But look, over in the middle. Ooh, lovely. Oh, and actually it is turning green. So yeah, in our terraforming progress, we're at 60%. That's only in this radius here. Like over this way, it drops to 30%. Over on the edge, 0%. So, oh my god, what? There's grass now. There's grass. We're actually terraforming. Oh man, my roads are like a barren mess. I need to unterraform. Even hover cars can't get through that. But yeah, as you can see, there's so much to this game now. So honestly, I really recommend you go check it out. Thank you so much, devs, for sponsoring. Had an awesome time returning to this. So for now, I'll say peace, love, and crazy, crazy highways. Bye, guys.